Okay, hey girls. So here's a quick video PowerPoint on duration, the musical element. We'll break it down into its four different areas. We've got beat, we've got meter, we've got the rhythms or the type of rhythms, and we have tempo. Um, Generally, we'll summarize these. Is there a beat or not? Is the meter simple, compound, mixed, or irregular? What type of rhythms are being used? Are they straight, swung? So being t, 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 or t, or they syncopated, so off the beat. If here's the beat, I clap and I'll make it. And tempo is how fast or slow the music is. So beat, generally this is an easy one. Is there a beat or is there no beat? I haven't provided examples for the beat because generally most music has a beat. Is it consistent or is it changing? And how is it changing? Is it getting faster, getting slower? Is it, yeah. No beat. I've given 4 examples here, all from different cultures and different times in history. This is modern, this is old. You can see that you might be able to really subdivide into a beat for these, but you're really looking at, there's no real sense of beat. So have a YouTube of these and have a listen. This one here is probably one of my favorite songs ever, but feel how there's no sense of beat. We've got meter. So we have 4 types of meter. We have 2, and then we just combine them to make different one. We have simple meter. Everything is divided into 2. That's our 2/4, our 3/4, and our 4/4. We've got ta, ti, ti, ticka, ticka, ti, ticka, ti, ta, tam, ti, cinco, pa. All these notes you can see are divided into groups of 2 or 4. We've got ta, which is our 1, TTs divides into 2, ticka ticka divides the TTs into 2, or it divides the ta into 4. I'll give you 10 seconds just to have a look at that. Our T ticker keeps the first T and divides the second T into 2. T ticker. Our tam T or T-tam are rhythms we commonly see in compound time, and our syncopa, that's another one. So simple meter, 2/4, 3/4, 4/4, everything divides into 2. Compound time, we've got everything dividing into 3. We've still got a tam, T, 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 ticka, 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 T, ticka, T, ta, T, T, ticka, T, ticka, tam. You can see everything is dividing into 3. The tum divides into 3, and then each of these T's divide into, 2 tickers. So T, 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 ticka, ticka, ticka. We've got T, ticka, T, ta, T. Here. And then, so everything divides into 3. Compound time has a more lilting or more off-balance feeling. We've got mixed, and basically that's when we go from either 2/4 to 3/4 in the same song, or the same section. You can say sections are in different meters for different moods. You might go from 2/4 to 6/8. Something to notice between compound and simple is that 2/4 and 6/8 both have 2 beats in the bar, 1, 2. Simple just divides it into 2. Compound divides it into 3. 3/4 and 9/8, 3 beats in the bar, but divided into different ways. And 4/4 and 12/8 are the same, but just divided differently. So that's our mixed meter when we're going from 2/4 to 9/8. And that normally it's not like 2/4, 9/8, 4/4, 6/8, 3/4, 12/8. It might just go between 2/4 and 3/4 and 2/4 and 3/4. It might just do that. Our last one is irregular. When we have a 5, a 7, a 11, anything kind of really odd numbered on the top with an 8 on the bottom. This we can see we've got a division of 3. A ta divides into T, 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 and then a division of T, 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 T. So this divides into groups of 3, then 2, then 2. T, 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 T. So T, 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 T. Irregular meter has a very lopsided feeling. Here we have 7/8 divided into ta, ta, ti, 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 ta, ta, ti, ti, ti. Everything feels kind of lopsided, but we've got the measure of the grouping of 2, then 2, then 3 at the back. Rhythm time names. So we know most of these. There's lots of ways to think about it. We have our ta. It's one sound and one beat. In English, we call it crotchet. In American time names, we call it a quarter note. You need to decide which system you're going to be consistent with. Which system you're going to be consistent with. And you can see there's just a definition here. This is exactly the scientific thing of 4 even sounds on one beat. Ticka, ticka, T, ticka. It goes long, short, short. You can do this with each rhythm. 3 uneven sounds over 2 beats. It goes short, long, short. 1 syncopated sound starts off the beat. We've got some compound rhythms here. These are our common ones. The only ones we haven't looked at is something we do regularly, and it's our timka. I'm just drawing it here. The dot in our rhythms, if you're thinking in time names, is always a, it's always a If we had a rhythm without the dot, it would be a T. And then we add the dot, it adds that. We've got a double beamed, that's a ka. So I wrote it with my finger, timka. And that's it. But I would just call these a dotted 8th note tied to a 16th note. Describe it almost, the American system I find easier, just because you think in levels. We've got quarter note, 8th note, 16th notes. We've got above that half notes and a whole note. If you need help, if in your exam you just draw out the pyramid like that. We've done that a while ago, and then have that as a guide for yourself. So you go whole note, half, quarter, and so on. And just keep doubling the bottom number. Here's some rhythmic examples of different things. So I'll give you the answers, but you have a quick guess too. Or not guess, you tell me what this is. We're in 5/4. Is it simple, compound, or irregular? It is irregular. Even though it looks like it's divided into 3 beats because of this kind of quasi bar line, and then 2 beats. You might call that 3/4 and 2/4, because that really won't exist. This is a training book, so it's just to help us imagine it. We've got 5 beats in the bar. It's irregular. You can see here they've got the beats at the bottom. That's to help you visualize how the sounds fit over it. So it goes 2 T T T T T T ta tam T ta. You can see this beat here is happening off the beat. Something I do is I just draw my beats. So I sometimes do that way, or sometimes I draw it this way, and then I write my rhythms, and I write them where they appear over the beat. This one happens off the first beat. There's a rest here that we're not seeing. And that really helps. This visual really helps. So another tool you can use in analyzing rhythms, in deciding if it's syncopated or not. Let's go to our next example. Can I erase what I just did? Okay, we're in 2/4. It is simple or compound. It is simple. Yell at the screen. Which is the first syncopated rhythm in the bar? Correct. It's on beat 2. Happening here. We've got a T ticka ka ticka, or T. You got 8th note followed by 2 16th notes, followed by an offbeat group of 3 16th notes. Notice I'm just describing it. 8th note, 2 16th, offbeat, describing that, group of 3 16th notes. We've got a quarter note, followed by a offbeat 8th note and a 16th note. You're just describing how the rhythms are. Ticka, 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 t, 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 ticka, ticka, ta, t, t. So that's how that one looks. You can clap them in your hands during the exams, or you can just say it. I think saying the rhythms really does help. So just putting the words on your lips. Last one, we've got 6/8. Is it compound, simple, or irregular? It's compound, and this one is really syncopated. So let's look at how sometimes we've got the beat here, which is a quarter note, and then we've drawn in our pulses to help us look at which notes are syncopated. We've got kati kati, which means this note's off the beat, and this note's really these notes are even off the pulse. So that's important to see that they're off the pulse. This one's on the beat, on the pulse, sorry, and then we get something off the pulse and off the pulse. So you can say these rhythms are syncopated. This is mainly about identifying syncopation. Another useful tool, if you're stuck, draw in each level, and then just do that. Okay, we've got tempo now. Sorry about that noise. Two real main descriptors for tempo are dynamic. There we go. Static and dynamic tempo descriptors. So what I mean by static is that it just tells you what it is and it doesn't tell you to change it. The Italian terms mainly for most of our speeds are largo, very slow, andante, moderately, like a walking pace, moderato, moderate, allegro, which means lively, and it's about 120 beats a minute, and presto, which is as fast as you can or as fast as possible. I think that's prestissimo. Presto means very fast. Or we can use beats per minute. It's very definite, but you also need to describe it. So what I mean by that is you can say, John Coltrane's is at Giant Steps is at 315 beats a minute. This is nice, but then give some description. This blazing tempo, or this more than lively, this frantic tempo. So we're still describing it if we give the beats per minute. And on your exam paper, there will either be the Italian term or beats per minute. So use those and then also describe the tempo. If it's lilting, if it's graceful, these are the descriptive things that you can do. We've got dynamic tempo descriptors, and I'm not talking about how loud or soft things are. I'm talking about that they change the tempo, so they are dynamic, they move. We've got the three main ones, which is accelerando, gradually increase the tempo, and sometimes accelerandos can be quite fast or slow. We got ritardando, which is an immediate decrease of the tempo, and then we've got rallentando, which is a gradual decrease. You normally see this one as rit, and this one as ral, and this one as accel. These are just things to be aware of. Obviously, your ears will pick this up, but it's good to just not notice it, but to say it and to show the markers that you all know what they mean. Even if you say you don't have to know the exact difference between these two, but you go, the music slows down at bar 76, following the rit tempo marking or the rit tempo change. And then that's something you can go on that changes the mood in this way. All right, so that's all the pitch stuff done. No, not the pitch, the duration stuff done. The best thing you can do is practice and analyzing. Listen to the music you listen to and think about, what tempo is this? Oh, what meter is it in? Why does that feel that way? That's how you get good, and that's how you start to hear it everywhere, and you don't have to think about it. It just becomes a way of listening rather than having to actually turn on your brain to do it. Good luck. Let me know if you have any questions.